For those of you that are new here, me and my family moved from London to live in West Africa, Gambia, almost 4 years ago. And one of the most common questions that I get asked is the reasons why I moved to Gambia and why I still live in Gambia. Some of these reasons may resonate with you and help you make a decision to move also. Back to my channel. These are the freak idiots.
I'm not an idiot. I'm just
Idiot,
smart.
young idiot, middle idiot, big idiot.
No, reverse.
Bigger idiot. My number one reason why has to be the people. Gambians are some of the most welcoming, friendly and respectful people I've ever met. They embrace each other, take care of one another, and there's a beautiful spirit of community that you don't often see, especially if you come from the West. Everyone here is like family, even strangers, and being surrounded by that genuine kindness and respect has had a huge impact on my children. For my kids to live in an environment where they witness kindness, patience, community care every day has just been life-changing. My 12-year-old, who was 8 when we moved here, was initially labelled as autistic. We were a bit nervous about him coming and adjusting to an environment like Gambia, but to be honest with you, the change that it has had on him has just been absolutely huge. I feel like all of my children have really developed like a sense of belonging and security, and for me that is just priceless. To watch them blossom in an environment like this just makes me so happy. Like their confidence and their connection with other people, Gambians and people from the diaspora, is truly one of my most grateful reasons of why I'm still here. I truly do believe that when children live in a space filled with respect and compassion and happiness around them, it teaches them to embody those qualities also. So yes, the Gambian people has to be my number one. I get asked about the crime and the safety of living in Gambia a lot. And in the 6 years that I've been visiting Gambia and obviously 4 years that I've been living here, I definitely feel like the crime rate is rising. While the police seem to claim that there is no increase in crime and that it's just social media giving more visibility to the crimes, I personally feel like it has gone up. This year alone, 2 people from the diaspora community have been murdered in Gambia. And while people who don't know much about Gambia might think, oh, 2 people, that's not a lot, that is a huge impact on the diaspora community that are here. These are 2 people who loved Gambia and loved the people here and have been living here for several years.
2024, Segna Chinedu, a British national of African descent residing in the Gambia, was found dead in her compound after being missing for 2 days. The Gambia Police Force later disclosed that Chinedu had allegedly been murdered by Augustine Bangura, a Sierra Leonean national who was subsequently brought before the High Court of the Gambia. This week, the police issued a statement confirming the investigation into another alleged murder of Leonard Dominic, also a British national of African descent, who was killed on October 19, 2024. In response, the Council of African Descendants held a press conference to address these disturbing incidents within the Gambia diaspora community.
There is nothing that I can say to bring comfort or understanding to this situation. It is just truly heartbreaking. And for those of you that know Gambia, you will know how massive this shock is to the community. Most people here just live in peace, and the crime is actually still a shock. Like, a serious crime still makes it to headline news, when we all know that serious crime is committed every day over in the West, and most of it actually doesn't even make it to headline news because it's so common there. So this is why I've added crime and safety to my list, because Gambia is still a relatively low crime rate country. We just hope and pray that the government and the police force truly recognise what is happening and make the necessary changes, not only to reduce crime, but to implement the measures to prevent and thoroughly investigate crime so that it doesn't actually occur. We want Gambia to remain a safe place for everybody. Third reason is business opportunities. There are so many incredible business opportunities that you can do here in Gambia, and it actually was one of my first things that attracted me to Gambia, to be an investor here, not necessarily to live here. I've seen so many different businesses owned by the diaspora, and it is so inspiring to see the different types of businesses that are flourishing here. I'll definitely be sharing more videos highlighting these diaspora-owned businesses, because there are so many that you just don't see on YouTube because they don't have YouTube channels. Since living here, I've actually opened up 5 different businesses here in Gambia. Some were small and some were big. And while I sold my biggest business investment here, It was actually for so many different reasons. One of my major reasons was because I needed to give more attention to my UK business, and I really was not cut out for the type of work that goes into running a business here in Gambia. I just was not prepared for it, even though I had successful businesses in the UK. Sound is officially sold, guys. It is such a bittersweet moment for me, but for those of you that know me, you'll know that I am so relieved that it is finally sold. I don't see me selling my businesses as a loss or as a failure. I just see it as lessons learned and mistakes that I've made along my journey. If you're someone who is considering moving to Gambia to start a business or make an impact, then this is truly the place to do it. Gambia is still so green and so fresh in terms of business ideas, development and standards. And if you're willing to put in the work, there is huge potential for growth here. My fourth reason is how easy and simple it is to get your visas and your permits and your driving license and everything else that you need to live here. I thought that the process was easy for me because I'm married to a Gambian who dealt with most of those processes for me. But actually, a lot of people who live here now tell me that the hardest part about relocating was actually sorting out their old life, like sorting out their house and shipping all their items over to Gambia. The actual process of getting your permits and your visas and the permission to run a business here is actually very simple and easy in comparison to a lot of other countries in Africa. My fifth reason is the freedom and the lifestyle. Gambia's sunny weather, like the people here, everything is so chilled. It actually took me quite a while to acclimatize to actually how slow the pace of Gambia is. One of the things that I laugh about now is when I opened up my restaurant, Smile Lounge, we used to do a buffet that started at 12 midday, and I used to go into full-on panic mode if the buffet was not started by 12 on the dot. And I used to be like, if you go to Nando's, it is open at 11 a.m. every single day. Why are we not opening on time? But I had to learn to slow down and actually just relax because no one actually cares. I think this is number 6, and it is a sense of belonging, because when you get off the aeroplane in Gambia for your very first time, when you are coming down the stairs of the aeroplane, the people will greet you and say, welcome home. And that goes across the whole of Gambia. There is just a sense of being at home, and it's very difficult to articulate it. But I have met so many amazing people here, Gambians and people from the diaspora. I have built true close sisterhoods here in Gambia, which is very unique for someone who is 40 years old. We tend to not make that many friends at this stage in our lives, but I've connected with so many people that I truly do call my family. Being in a place where everybody looks like you, like the doctors, the nurses, the police, the school teachers, everybody is black, it truly gives you a sense of belonging. This one kind of goes without saying, and it is the weather. Gambia is hot 365 days a year, and actually what we call the rainy season here is some of the hottest months of the year, which is July to October. I don't care what anybody says, as a black person, as black people, we are built to be in the sunshine. Our bodies, our spirits, our mood, everything craves the sunshine. So living in a place where you can just wake up in the morning and decide, oh, it's a work from home day, I'm gonna go and find a beach spot that I can go and work from, truly does something to your mood, your energy and your spirit. People here are happier, and I believe it is because the sun is shining 365 days a year. Another thing that is great about the climate of Gambia, because it is hot all of the time, it's really easy to grow your own food. This is me picking up limes from in my garden, and in my garden we have limes, we have papayas, soursop, mangoes, grapefruits, oranges, moringa trees, you name it, we have it in our garden. And every single day I can go and freshly pick these things from my garden when they're in season. If you're still here, thank you so much for watching. Please do not forget to like and subscribe, and of course share my video with anybody that you think this video could be helpful to. My last reason is showing my family and friends that Gambia and Africa is an actual option. The first time most of my family members stepped foot on African soil was for my wedding, and that was 5 years ago. My mum and my sisters and my close friends have been to Gambia several times since I've moved here, and I really love the fact that I've introduced them to Gambia.
Everybody's here. Oh my God. Welcome, welcome.
My mum and my twin sister have been out here so many times since I've lived here that they kind of just see it as their second home. They don't even bother to pack a suitcase properly, they just come. I remember the first year of opening up my restaurant, I was on the phone to my mum and I was crying saying that something had gone wrong or I needed to fire someone. That was on a Wednesday. The following Tuesday, I was sitting inside my restaurant just minding my own business, getting on with some work, and my sister and my mum walked through the door. That is how often and how comfortable they feel with traveling to Gambia now. I hope this video has been useful to you and given you some insight into the reasons why I still live in Gambia and why I decided to move in the first place.
Where's Rion? Come, get everybody. Right in the front center. Okay, everybody say cheese. Cheese.